Hey, 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 hey! Welcome to my channel. I am so happy that you're here. This is a video of a press conference in regards to Lil James Hutchinson, the 6-year-old little boy, a first grader, who was murdered by his own mother. This video goes along with my last video where I explained the entire situation with all of the details since this horrid incident happened on February 27th, 2021. If you missed that video, you'll want to make sure that you do go back and watch it after this one to be caught up to date on everything that's happened and all of the newer details that have emerged. I want to take just a minute to ask you to make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and ring-a-ding my bell to get all notifications so that you won't miss any updates or live streams in regards to Lil James or any true crime cases or paranormal content. A lot of you watch but forget to subscribe. But that's okay. It is not too late to become part of the Spirit Seeker Squad just by hitting that subscribe button now. You won't want to miss any of my true crime and normal videos and live streams. Please make sure to hit the thumbs up to help YouTube analytics know to share this video more. You can also share this video yourself on all of your social media. I also need to warn you, this case involves very graphic details about 3 young children and gruesome details about one night in their short life that will forever change their lives. So viewer discretion is advised. Now, let's do this. This press conference was held on March 1st, 2021. Middletown Police Chief David Birk, Middletown Schools Superintendent Marlon and Preble County Sheriff Mike Simpson all spoke and answered questions about James Robert Hutchinson, a 6-year-old first grade student who lost his life way too soon on February 27, 2021. His mother, Brittany Gosney, drove to Rush Run Wildlife Area parking lot in Camden, Ohio, which is in Preble County, around 3 in the morning on that very cold night, around 22 degrees Fahrenheit, with the intention of leaving all 3 of her children there. She planned on abandoning the 6-year-old Lil James and his 2 siblings who are only 7 and 9 years old. This #monster mom was only worried about her felon boyfriend, James Hamilton, and his command to, quote, get rid of, end quote, her children. She obviously didn't care if all 3 of her young babies lived or died. The parking lot she drove them to was very secluded, and the nearest house was about a half a mile away. For a 6, 7, and 9-year-old, that would be a pretty far walk, especially at 3 a.m. with the frigid temperature of 22 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, Brittany, aka #monster mom, did leave all 3 of her children in this parking lot around 3 in the morning. But when she was just about to pull away from her 3 babies, Lil James grabbed the door handle to try to get back in the minivan. That's when his #monster mom punched the gas. Lil James was dragged for a distance, and then she ran over him with her minivan. But this #monster mom did not stop to check on Lil James. No, this dumbass kept driving away from her babies, leaving her 7 and 9-year-old in the dark, cold, isolated parking lot alone with their baby brother, who I'm sure was bleeding all over. She left them there after she had just forced them to witness their own mother murder their baby brother. About 30 to 40 minutes later, this #monster mom did finally return to the parking lot where she loaded Lil James in her minivan with her 2 other children, and you would think she would take him to the hospital, right? No, wrong. Not this hashtag monster mom. She told police that she knew little James was dead when she arrived back in the parking lot, so she took him home to their house on Crawford Street in Middletown, Ohio. She carried little James in the house and up the stairs and put him in a bedroom alone all day until Saturday night when the other 2 children went to sleep. That's when 42-year-old James Hamilton, mom's felon boyfriend, helped this idiotic mom, in my opinion, get little James' deceased body back in the minivan, and they drove an hour away across state lines into Lawrenceburg, Indiana. They went down Interstate 275 until they reached a bridge over the Ohio River. And I believe that the name of this bridge is the Carroll Lee Cropper Bridge, which is right at the border of Indiana and Kentucky. Once they reached this bridge, they pulled over, they got out, they got little James's lifeless body out and threw him over into the treacherous Ohio River, which the river in some places is over 50 feet deep. They then left and drove back to Middletown, Ohio. Now, around 10:15 a.m. on Sunday, these 2 dumbasses trotted into the Middletown Police Department to file a false report saying that little James was missing. Oh my gosh. I mean, this just makes my heart break, and it makes me so furious at the same time. These 2 fools really thought that this was a good idea, and they thought that the Middletown police were going to be dumb enough to believe them. Okay, I'm going to play this press conference. You'll hear all the details that law enforcement knew on March 1st. Now, this is footage that I got from the Middletown Police Department Facebook page. This is the entire press conference. Also, I have to say, this is all allegedly until it's proven in a court of law. Oh, man, I want to say, if you know of any family that you think something isn't right and you believe someone might be in danger, please reach out for help. Hashtag see something, say something. Call 911. Call your local dispatch. Call Child Protection Agency or even a local school. Better to be safe than to see this horrid event on the news. To hear all of the most current information about this case, make sure that you're subscribed and ring my bell. I will be attending the trial of this hashtag monster mom and her hashtag felon boyfriend. Make sure that you watch my first video about this case to be up to date with all of the details. Also, they're not all in this press conference. Please hit the thumbs up and share this video out to spread awareness. Little James Robert Hutchinson and his siblings, Rachel and Lucas, deserve justice. Little James Hutchinson's father, Lewis Hutchinson, wants his baby boy to have justice. And little James needs to be found and brought home where he can be properly laid to rest. I will be visiting all 3 locations, the Rush Run parking lot, the Ohio River on the bridge, and the house on Crawford Street. I will most likely do spirit box sessions while I'm there as I'm live streaming. I'm going to do some sessions before I go also in hopes that the spirits can direct me to where little James is physically. Now, I would really like for you to leave a comment with your thoughts about this horrid situation. And let me know if you have any questions. I'll try my best to answer them, but if I don't know the answer, I will try to find the answer for you. Thank you so much for being here and watching this video. I really, really do appreciate you. All right, we're going to roll the copyright fair use and then the press conference. Now, I'm able to share this press conference because the federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Chief David Birk with Middletown Police. I'm going to have Mike Simpson from Preble County. He's the sheriff there. And then I'm also going to have Marlon Stiles come up. He is the superintendent of Middletown Schools. First of all, I'd like to thank our officers, our dispatch, our detectives, Preble County sheriffs. Mike Simpson's group has been outstanding in this investigation. I'd like to thank Butler County. I'd like to thank both Preble County and Butler County Prosecutor's Office for assisting in this and coming to agreement, and also Lawrenceburg Police Department. Butler County is assisting us with their support today, and also Search and Recovery North Star International for helping us search today. So I'd like to thank all those. Whenever you have a situation involving children, it is definitely hard on the officers, dispatchers, and everybody involved. This case is just an example of the times that the officers have to go through. Begin the case at 10:16 a.m. on Sunday morning. Both the mother and the boyfriend, James Hamilton, responded to the police lobby to report James Hendrickson missing, age 6. And it was a little unusual because usually when you have a missing child, the first thing to do as the parents is they contact the police. They said he was missing since Saturday night. That was an unusual situation. So they took everybody back to the residence at 507 Crawford Street, and the officers assisted them. They had 2 other kids with them. The supervisor, Sergeant Tipton, on day turns felt that was an unusual situation. They spent a little time, so at that time he contacted detectives at 10:53 a.m. on Sunday morning. Everybody responded back to the detective section, and that's where the investigation started beginning. The investigation brought us to Preble County. That's when I'll introduce the sheriff. He can discuss what happened in Preble County. Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you, Chief. Our involvement started yesterday afternoon, shortly before 3 o'clock, when we were requested to assist Middletown Police Department at the Rush Run State Wildlife Area, which is in Summers Township. We responded there, provided some resources for this investigation, and assigned 2 deputies to this based on the information that we have that this young man was likely killed at Rush Run. So our people are working hand in hand with Middletown. It's a tremendous working relationship, as the chief indicated. Both prosecutors' offices are working together to ensure that this investigation gets whatever resources it needs. Rush Run is a state wildlife area. Has several parking lots. If any of you are familiar with that, this particular parking lot gave access to a boat ramp at a fishing lake. So we responded there, provided them with some resources, did a few things as part of that investigation, and we're working hand in hand with Middletown. Middletown is the lead agency in this case, and we're there providing assistance to them. So that's what I have from our standpoint at this point in time.
Thank you, Sheriff. So after the investigation, interviewing both suspects, the mother and the boyfriend, the investigation led us to the house at 507 Garfield Street, or Crawford Street, I'm sorry. And then from there, they had information that they disposed of James, the 6-year-old child, at the 275 bridge by Lawrenceburg, Indiana. We have the search and rescue team there. We have Butler County Air Support. We have Preble County. We have several other agencies assisting in the search for James, hoping to recover him from the banks somewhere across the Ohio River there. Both individuals were arraigned today in Middletown Court at 1:30. They both have bonds. They'll be remaining in Middletown Court until their next court date in Middletown Jail. At this time, it's still under further investigation. I'm going to turn it over to Marlon Stiles in reference to the School is putting on an event for James tomorrow evening, and I'll turn it over to him.
Can you spell your name, please?
Sure. Marlon Styles.
Spelling it, please.
Sure. Marlon Styles, M-A-R-L-O-N. Last name S-T-Y-L-E-S.
Superintendent.
Superintendent, Middletown City Schools.
Thank you, Chief. It is a tough day for us here at Middletown City School District. Our hearts are heavy. As a community, our hearts are broken. We are grieving, we are in pain. And with the loss of one of our very own Rosa Parks Elementary students, unfortunately. As a Mitty community, as a Mitty family, our hearts are broken. Today we have rallied a variety of grief supports across our entire district to support our staff and our students at Rosa Parks Elementary. Those grief supports will remain in place for the remainder of the week, and as long as our students and staff at Rosa Parks Elementary need those supports, we will make sure they are available to them. Coming together and grieving and healing as a community is very important in times such as these. We're encouraging everyone across the city of Middletown City School District community to come together during this difficult time and grieve together. We do invite the entire city of Middletown, our community, our residents, our students as well, and our staff to join us tomorrow evening at 6:45 p.m. at Barnett Stadium, right next to Rosa Parks Elementary, to celebrate the bright joy that James Hutchinson was, to celebrate him as a young man who had a bright future ahead of him that was tragically taken away. We ask that you come and unite as a community and begin to heal and grieve together during this difficult time. We'll be at Barnett Stadium tomorrow evening at 6:45 p.m. I do want to take a moment and talk about James, which is why we're here today. James was a wonderful student. He was a fun-loving kid. Earlier today, when we were at Rosa Parks Elementary, we heard someone talking about how when James arrived at school every single day, he would come running towards the front doors of the school building with a giant smile on his face. He gave the biggest, as they said, the bestest hugs you've ever imagined. That was James on a daily basis. You know, oftentimes in education, we have incentives to reward students for making their dreams come true, reaching their goals. One recent incentive at Rosa Parks Elementary, we found James in the cafeteria with a big smile on his face because he was rewarded with the lucky lunch tray. And that was important to him. The staff just shared how joyful he was to be able to receive the lucky lunch tray. James was a joyful soul who was loved at school. He loved school. What I can tell you is here at Middletown City School District, we miss him already. I want to close by saying that every child deserves to be loved. Any family definitely love as James cared.
I understand we'll take questions at this time, but I understand this is still under investigation. I may not be able to answer all the questions. The other two children have been turned over to Children's Services. They're in foster care as we speak. And then we are still continuing doing search warrants on the vehicle and several other things. If you guys would like to answer or ask questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Chief, if they said, has mom said why she did this?
The mother is not showing much remorse at this time, but she has confessed to doing this. That's why we're able to get these charges. We'll know more once James is recovered and we can get a coroner to do an autopsy. But again, she's not showing much remorse.
Was remorse about you guys anything about why she was
Not really. I just it's a complicated situation. Several people interviewed her. She's not really saying what the motive was. She just had to just a little bit about the circumstances. What did she tell you? Our understanding is at some point she took a trip out to Preble County to restaurant in the park. That is when we full details on that because obviously it's community stories. And she was able to recover James and take back to the residence back in Middletown. He was deceased at that time. Sometime Saturday evening when the other kids fell asleep was actually when they responded to 275 by Lawrenceburg, and that's when he disposed in the
The kids, based on the information, that's what's kind of, we don't know what happened from the time he was leaving to the time Lil James was deceased. So that's kind of understanding that we don't know if he fell, we don't know the circumstances of that, so we did report it. Yes, kids were plural, yes. James. We started back to the road. That was the the scenes were actually sealed with
Hey, thanks for watching this video all the way to the end. Please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and ring my bell if you enjoy this type of content. Leave a comment below with any questions or suggestions that you have. I do read all comments. I need your help to fit the puzzle pieces together that we learned in this video. No bad vibes here, please. No drama. My channel is a safe place for all of you. Leave your thoughts about this puzzle below in the comments so that we can figure this out together. We discuss true crime and paranormal here. I'm bringing true crime stories and missing person cases to the spirits. I'm getting the spirits to help us find answers and hopefully solve questions we all have. So again, make sure that you're subscribed and ring my bell so that you don't miss my next video. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video or the thumbs down if you didn't. Share this video out on all of your social media so that we can spread the word about this case. And don't forget to read the description box. There's a lot of great info, including the link to the Spirit Seeker Squad Facebook group and so much more. Again, thank you for watching. Have a great day.